Alright everybody, welcome back to yet another update, I would say. Not really much of an update going on here, but I just wanted to officially sort this out to let you know that finally, after so dang long, I would insert the 3,000 year joke or anything like that if necessary. We are finally done with the beta rank in my Discord server. That means it's been finally done. It's no more. It will be over, and that means all of the beta ranks of my Discord server will be completely gone and no more given out because we're about the home stretch, everybody. So this has been a while. I wanted to make a video on this channel back then, but I have been so busy on the late. So I finally am now making a video on this now interpretably on the Discord beta roll given out update and change logs that I've made on my beta roll, like a history kind of all the stuff I did during this time, and when the final day of beta will be pretty much released and all that sort. So yeah, this has been about a few years now since, you know, reworking on my first server and now on my second server that has been finally new released. All in all, because I'd used to had an older account before, but then I lost my authentication token, so I cannot unfortunately log back in there in that old account anymore, unfortunately, due to that. So yeah, this video will just be, you know, just explaining about most of the preliminary change logs that I've made during that time and all that sort pretty much, and just kind of just going on with the history nowadays and what we're doing. We made a lot of the changes that were roles that we were going to release, mainly a lot of bots and such like that. That was going to be a thing to rework on new bots, because the last time when I first made that first announcement video that I made back in 2017, so this was way over 4 years ago, this was one of the first ever, you know, servers that I made during the alpha pre-phase. And now for during those times though, we have slowly been working on it. A lot of the stuff has been slowly worked on ever since. And yeah, kind of just made it this whole entire thing. You know, it wasn't really a whole lot of people that made it in the server. It was like 5 to 10 people. And yeah, all that stuff, we've moved into the new born, and here we are today still in the current era as of today. It's still been going strong and still, but it's been slow and steady like always, but it's been kind of helping slowly as possible. You know, I try to make the best of it as much as I can. So during that time era from my 1.0 to the 1.1 beta, starting with a lot of the stuff, I was originally going to have a bot that was actually going to be made to test out basically having an auto bot with questions and such and Q&As and all that sort. But unfortunately the bot was a little bit too much work for me, so that's why I pretty much had to remove the bots, because it wasn't really worth my time. But now in the later versions, you'll be able to tell that I do have now just questions and answer section on my text channel. So every time when I post a question like that, you guys will be able to answer it on the answer section down below. Simple as that, guys, right? It's very simple. We also have been working on now was a penalty list. So basically, if you have been in the past before working on a penalty list and know how it works, so the penalty list and basic instructions are all worked on features. You would basically have is a list of number of penalties that you will earn on the server. Depending on how many rules that you've broken on the server, you would actually have a warning, and then if you ever received a certain number of warnings, you would have a strike on the server. Certain rules that you broke would accommodate with a strike as well. So in this feature during the 1.1 update though, we have now officially fully added a penalty list section. But now in the current era days of all of it, we have now been working on working a lot with newly embeds in my Discord. So now it's fully clean and modified. So that means we don't have to actually use like a Google Doc or anything like that sort, just to keep all the penalty lists aside. It looks much more nicer now from comparison to the one I made before. So they've also have made the warning limit a little bit easier though. Now the warning limit's now been down to 10 to 6 originally. So a lot of the stuff on the 1.0 and so we were able to have server information. We had a lot of times where we added music now in our command, so that means now with music as our ability, you can able to listen to music whenever you want to on the music channel in the voice section. So you'll be able to listen to all the music stuff we've been providing down below, and you'll be able to do that. As the times goes on from 1.2 and forward, some miscellaneous things, don't worry about that, it's not really too much of importance. Number one of them, from the 1.1 era of that time, you are now given the ability to give out beta roles whenever you join the server. So the beta roles were still up in the name due to the fact that the name in my title was actually beta. So originally, for those who have joined now on the server, you will now get beta roles that are granted by when you join in. And we'll be giving out beta roles still to people who have joined in the past before. So if you have joined in the past but were like during this time before beta, please let me know and I'll probably add you, but I have to confirm that it's actually your account that has been joining in. So I just want to make sure you're clarified with that. Now on the other formalities between this forward going in, we've also had added two new things to the server, was Dino and giveaway bots. Dino was going to be our mandatory involvement between a lot of the admins and mod commands that really helped out, and giveaway bot was supposed to be replaced out with giveaways. So that means whenever we're planning to do giveaways a lot on the server, that means we will be able to do that, so that way you guys will be able to be notified whenever there will be a giveaway like this. Unfortunately, I haven't thought of a lot of giveaways at this moment, so that's why you will see later on in the sections down below, it was actually removed. So I'm going to do them manually instead of just having a bot, basically. But if I do anything for live streams, I'll let you know. So it's not going to be anything for like money or anything like that for now. But anyway, for like game achievements or anything like that, you know, this basic stuff. Massive overhaul to 1.2. This is when the massive overhaul began with a lot of stuff that's been added. There was also a server at one point called Now Live, which was like the new like YouTube notification live stream. Now Live was actually an old bot that it was pretty much working in the server, but unfortunately we're not sure why the bot did not work anymore for some reason. I don't know if it stopped developing or not. But unfortunately, Now Live was actually supposed to be ones that now were notified for YouTube specifically. So that means whenever there was a notification on my YouTube stream, it would be notified on there. So that way I'll be able to notify them live and all that sort. But pretty soon later on at 1.4 and stuff like that, I'll have to think of a way to make sure I get a bot or anything like that that will now have notifications for new YouTube streams coming up originally. There was also another one I made called Couchbot 2. There was also another one, but then I had to pay like $2 a month or so. Like I actually had $1 a month on there, but it worked once, but unfortunately it stopped working, which I have no idea why it did that, unfortunately, which is very strange for some reason. I just don't know how that, I couldn't find a way to fix it, unfortunately. The new Rover bot being replaced with Rhythm, as well as our new music section. So yeah, that's going to be our new music bot later on when we talk about the next update and such like that. A lot of stuff we also did too was a continuation of the bot commands list, command tester role. So that means anyone who is a command tester role that had this would be able to test out commands. It's not really much of a useful thing, so I might have plans to remove the command tester role tag, unfortunately, at some point when it's not going to be much of a use anymore, unfortunately, but you know, it is what it is. Now, there isn't really a lot of other things we've also talked about before. A lot of the stuff we finished working on and stuff was mostly just updating the channel topics, updating penalty list, and more modifications that were also done. It wasn't really much of a lot of stuff though, but this was kind of like the major aspect of what it did to pretty much help out with the Discord and such, to really bring out in such a way. So yeah, there was that. Continuing onwards with 1.2 and forward, we've also kind of had new verification roles. That means now we've also added fan art roles. So that means for fan art specifically, if you have been doing a lot of fan art stuff, there's also now donator roles that were also added in the past before. So that means who donated previously on my channel, regardless of live streams, Patreon, and all that sort. you would be able to have a donator role like this one right down below. So it doesn't matter what you donate on, you will be able to just get the donate role. I used to had a limit where I donated like $5 and you would get the donator role, but it was just pretty useless in my opinion, because no one would ever donate that amount of money or anything like that. So normally the limit, I think it's $1 on my live streams for Super Chat in Twitch. That is the limit to do it on. So yeah, if you donate $1 though, it will, you'll get the donator role specifically. So just make sure to help do that. By the way, minor roles like this, whenever I point out though, are not like, they don't give any power or anything. It's just the supporter ranks or anything like that. It's all there for stuff. Now, the next big change we also made in 1.28 that I made, a server stats bot was also added. So that means anytime now that the server stats bot has been added though, it specifically shows now the number of members who are joining in the server in total, as well as the number of bots that have been joining in the server. Just run a note, bots do not account as officially members. They're just combined. So right now, currently, at this moment, we're up to 86 members on the server right now. This is, by the way, we're up to 77 members on the server, by the way. The 86 if you count it with bots and such, but they don't really count as officially. And yeah, we'll probably have like some sort of like a plan stream, I would guess. So whenever we reach 100, we'll be able to like do like a plan stream and such. So, you know, just to celebrate and accommodate to all of the fun that you guys have been joining my Discord. And by the way, thank you to everyone who joined my Discord. Appreciate to all of you and still going on and such. It's been lovely and I appreciate to every single one. So now with a lot of the stuff with channel servers. Okay, let's talk about channel servers specifically. So we've also now updated with mainly a lot of emojis with the servers. Not really too much of a huge update, but I just kind of wanted to just make it a little bit more nicer for me. Level roles are also added in the 1.29 update, specifically in the history log. That way you can tell though, so whenever you level up, Misc commands do have a level up system. So that means the way you can earn XP is by typing in chat specifically. That's all you can do for that. And yeah, you'll be able to gain XP and you'll be able to level up with just new level rules and such. Some point later in the future, I may have to add some things that you will be able to access with certain channels and stuff like that whenever you are active in chat. So make sure to become active in chat though if you really want to. Nothing really much was pulled out of the way. There also is a lot of things we also did add it for 1.3, which is during the time I think in Christmas I added it. I also was delayed on Christmas for a bit. For that reason, Unbelievable was going to be our new currency feature. This was going to be the new currency thing that we're going to do. So that means this was going to be like more for fun activities specifically. There's going to be an overhaul worked on fun activity sections. Unfortunately, they're on the updates. I've just removed it during this week when I was doing a lot of embeds and such. So unfortunately, there's going to be replaced with a new bot that I'm going to announce to show you. But I haven't really fully put it up the chat log. This is just whatever the update's been going on specifically a lot. Now another thing was also game night suggestions. That means not really too much of a huge thing, but we wanted to suggest more on game night suggestions. So if you really want to suggest more on other games too, make sure to also comment on my channel if you want to. Specifically for game night, we're looking for online games with viewers. Specifically online featured play with viewers specifically. So that means I get to play with viewers and such at home, because there needs to be a lot more time where we can hang out like that and such. It would be really wonderful to have, and that way we'll be able to accommodate and just make everyone's lives good for the better. I also fixed a lot of things too. Notifications will now be notified on the leveled up channels basically. Now for the starting battles, this was one of the projections for the fun activity section. Now with the currency issue, yeah, you can tell there's a currency issue right there for Unbelievable. It's now there. I'm also replacing a money log pretty soon on there. I'm not sure if there's anything I can do with the other bot that I'm going to announce. Just letting you know, the new bot I did add that will be the new currency is Dank Miro.
Yes, sir.
It's a famous bot, and you know, I am a household when it comes to memes and such on my channel. So my memes have kind of been doing good, and I kind of want to do a lot more. It's been hard to work on doing memes and such like that on the server. It is what it is. One of the fun activities we did was counting in fun. Also, I did fix most of the stuff that was higher than previously. I fixed most of the roles that were stuff that was lower than members, so that way it was also fixed too. Here's also a big major thing we also did with Judia. Judia also did get added in the past before. Zelix did suggest to me to add this one, so thank you very much, Zelix. So that means now I've also did a lot of things too. Sticky roles, basically. What sticky roles are is a thing in Judia. Whenever you leave the server and such, you'll be able to keep your roles in specifically of when you join. This is going to help out the people who were giving with beta, along with some of the other major stuff like donator ranks and all that stuff, you know, super chat, any donations and all that sort will be kept in. But if there is a mistake, just remember you can always notify me or any of my mods in the server entirely. More donation perks for super chat and YouTube memberships now, because I've also now been doing it with memberships since I got 1,000 subs now on the channel during the past year. I've also now gotten like YouTube memberships and stuff, so that means we'll be able to focus that. Also, a big major thing too, anti-rating has also been added in Judia. Later on, when after beta is going to be done pretty soon, we're also now going to be initiating to now be verified. So that means now whenever you join my server, now you'll have to press the verify tab on the rules and such. And there's also other things too. We may also have like a verification bot and sometimes like a delay bot. So like we'll add like a 5-minute delay on there just to make sure you can read all the rules and announcements, the Discord rules and stuff like that. So just make sure all that works if you want to just read this stuff before you wait. So this is hopefully to make sure we prevent as much rating as possible. And we know rating can be a bad thing. It's not allowed on Discord terms of service, just anyone letting you know. So the big major update that we've now initiated and changed will be considerably the last major update I'll be doing on Discord. But it isn't really going to be like the final update specifically. There will still be changelog updates from time to time. There just won't be as often as what I can do. So you won't have to read this like this big everyone pings every time when I ping something like that happening. Here is the big massive overall change that I have did now specifically, which is going to be a lot more features. Misc Premium. I wanted to just give a shout out to Dice, who's been a mod on my channel before and way over a year ago. He's been really helping me a lot with other of the stuff I've been helping. And initially he has brought me to help me with Misc Premium. So that means now with a lot of stuff has been changed with Misc Premium features. So now at this point in this current time, we're at the part 3 right now. As you can see, just the past 3 weeks ago I did it before. I know I've been a little bit late to make a video and update during this time for all of you. So what does this mean now that now we are in the present era that beta 1.4 will happen? I mean, we already got 1.4. What happened to all of it? Like I said though, once all the parts and everything that it's over, then we will stop giving out beta roles. I'm not gonna say what day will be out, so I really want to get this done before September. So that is the main goal that I'm gonna do here. So here's the thing what I'm gonna do. Whatever date will be announced to stop giving beta roles will be updated on the title here, okay? So once I do that, I'll be able to announce it on my community tabs, just letting everyone know. So if you haven't joined my Discord or anything, I may have time to do streaming, unfortunately, just to put it just an extra disclaimer, but just in case to letting you know, I may unfortunately might not get my new PC, and I've been still looking on getting my new PC at this late. So if you really want to watch out my channel for my update channel on that, yeah. With all that notes, that is pretty much for the Discord history log that I've decided I accommodate with the current stuff in the beta and everything going on. By the way, thank you to everyone for over 70 members. We have over a combined total of 109 plus members in my Discord who have been before in the past joined, but have left for anonymous reasons. By the way guys, if you are new to my channel and want to see more future content like this in the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell for more, and don't forget to also hit like on my videos so that way my video will help boost out the algorithm and such. And don't forget to also guys join my channel membership and more stuff like this happening in the channel. And if you want to access my future perks like Discord roles and all that stuff that I mentioned before, you can able to do that with all the perks. You're going to be able to check out the perks whenever you join, before you start to join. If you're interested, please make sure to click on the join button below my subscribe button on my YouTube channel. So on that note, everybody, thank you for watching. This is Gales here, signing out.